Yo, what is going on, guys? It's C-Brev. Welcome to another MLB The Show 19 card review. Today I'm going to be going over 98 overall finest Ozzie Albies. This card is obtainable through set 2 finest packs. You can also get him off the marketplace. He's currently selling for around 55,000 stubs. So with that being said, I'll get right into the card review. Unfortunately, I'm here to report that I do not think this card is very good. Keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion and you may have a different experience, but this card just didn't get it done for me at the plate. I think that his his stats versus right-handed pitchers is a really big knock against this card. I know he's a switch hitter, so you're still going to have the handedness advantage, but you have to understand, and I say this in a lot of my card reviews, 2/3 to 3/4 of your plate appearances on this game, and this is just for baseball in general, are going to occur against right-handed pitchers. That's just kind of how it goes. So really this card is an 88, 69, 112 card for basically 3/4 of the time, which at this point in the year I just don't think is good enough. Especially like if they get a right-handed starter and then you go later into a game, a good player is going to make absolutely sure that he's not throwing a left-handed reliever at this card, and so you're kind of just locked into 88, 69 for the entire time, which, like I said, is really, really low for all the options we have at this point in the year. Additionally, when I did get at bats against left-handed pitchers, I think this card still underperformed given his stats. This card should hit probably around 500 versus left-handed pitchers, at least from my perspective, and I think he hit pretty lower than that, like 350 or something. A lot of good contact that was just outs. A lot of weird outs too, like 109 mile an hour ground outs to the shortstop on a good squared up and stuff like that. I just think this card's swing is less than ideal, and I think the stats versus right-handed pitchers really hurt him. One more thing that really bothers me, because I use strike zone camera, so if you use a different camera it might not bother you, but he's significantly shorter than a normal player on this game, and so the perspective of high pitches coming in really changes as you're using this card, and I had a hard time detecting what was a strike and what was a ball because his strike zone was so much different than the other players I was used to using. That was just a personal thing with me, but I'm sure some of y'all can relate. It's also one of the reasons why I've always struggled using Ozzie Albies cards, and this year I struggled with Joe Morgan as well. The short guys I just have a hard time because the strike zone camera makes it different. As far as how this card did in the field, I thought he did pretty well. I did play him at shortstop just to kind of see how he would do, and he did pretty good. No errors or anything. However, I will say, and you should generally do this like in general, but especially with this card, if you're going to play him at shortstop, I would definitely be using button accuracy throwing out in the field. He did bounce a lot of throws to first base, which they were green throws with button accuracy, so they get scooped every time by the first baseman. It's kind of just how it works, but I could definitely see this card making some serious errors for you if you use traditional buttons with the throwing or anything like that. Button accuracy is just the best way to go, and if you haven't made the shift over yet, you definitely should. But defensively, he was fine, played a good shortstop. So if you're looking for a switch hitter shortstop, this card is definitely an option. But I didn't think he performed very well at the plate at all. That was just my opinion. So as always, we'll rate the card how he rates in the meta, and we'll rate him compared to how much he costs. How he rates in the meta, I'll give him a B. Not a bad card by any means, but definitely underwhelming considering what this card could have been at the plate. And for how much he costs, I'll give him a C+, because I do not think this card is worth 55K at all. There are so many options in the game right now, especially at second base and shortstop, that I just don't think this card gets it done, especially for the price. So I hope y'all enjoyed this card review. Let me know down in the comment section below who you want me to review next. Enjoy the clips after this, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Hard hit ball to short. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. So the bases are empty with one man.
That was a nasty breaking ball. Started outside the zone, popped back inside the zone. Good spin rate on it. Move on to the next pitch.
Gwynn moves over. And that in. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And now it'll kick around in the corner. And he's in safely to third. As also on the...
And this is where he makes his money. If he gets a pitch to hack at, you can bet he's not going to hold back.
Hot shot down the line. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard. Not in time, and he's in there. Ozzie Albies. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Oh, this is in the air to left center field and deep. Can they run this one down? I don't think so. It's going to land beyond him for extra bases.
To bury this guy and get him out of there.
Got him to go down swinging there. Willie Mays becomes the second out of the bottom of the 7th. On to Frank. Here it comes on 1-1. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. That one's out of here. Back. No. Now he turns on a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. And that ball will stay.